Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to see what messages Spirit has for you. Let me fix this mic real quick. All right. Well, let's see. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. But thank you guys for watching. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it is perfect for you. Just take what feels right, leave the rest behind, and make sure you check out your other placements to get the most important messages and most accurate. I'm going to start with this oracle deck here, and we'll clarify these messages with the tarot, and then we'll get some crystal oracle cards to see what crystals may benefit you at this time. And we'll close it out with the shadow deck to see if there are any like subconscious doubts or fears holding you back at this time, how you can make space for them and connect with all that. All right, let's get into it, Cancer. Thank you for watching. All right, when I was shuffling earlier, the ceremony card from this deck came out, and that's all about meditation, stillness, rituals, and potentially changing up some habits and things like that. So let's see what you got going on today. A lot of people have been getting nocturne as well. We'll keep that. This feels right too. All right. All right, let me get the book out and we will go over all these messages and see what's really going on. All right, so we have the library here that talks about society, media, information, knowledge, and research. So you could do like some marketing work for some of you, do like social media stuff. You could also be learning about something, spending time, even if it's not like for any specific purpose, just kind of watching documentaries, reading new books, learning new things. So I like that energy. All right. We've got snow here that represents calm, stillness, and purification, potential for a new beginning. Okay, so you could be just kind of spending a lot of time quiet, maybe on your own, and that could involve, reading books and things like that. We have clock here that talks about feeling impatient or as if time is escaping you. Do not allow time to confine you. So yeah, you do have a new beginning coming about, and you may be feeling bored in this kind of quiet, still time, but know that something is brewing. So just enjoy this sort of downtime. And nocturne refers to something that happens at night or someone who doesn't sleep. This could be related to a sleep disorder or something that kept you awake. So it could be struggling with sleep or just feeling like antsy because you're kind of like feeling bored or something. That's what I'm feeling. And then curio cabinet, subject should be kept in a safe place and protected. Do not allow access. Okay, so yeah, it feels like you do have a new beginning starting, kind of turning a new leaf. And as that process is unfolding, I definitely see just more quiet time, more isolation, kind of protecting your energy, maybe learning new things, growing as, just to pass the time kind of thing. All right, well, I like that. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, so first card out, we have violets. This is family, unconditional love, and forgiveness. Very beautiful. So you could be spending more time with family or just working on love, forgiving others. We shall see. Siberian fir. This is truth, lifelong friendships, resilience, longevity. May refer to someone you trust deeply. So I feel like you could be just spending time with your really close friends, loved ones, people you really trust. Okay, and we have perspective. This is changing the way we view a situation. It is essential. Consider the perspectives of the others involved in the many truths and meanings that exist. Okay, so this may involve a sort of like kind of stalemate that you have with someone you're really close to, someone you love. This could be really challenging you to change your perspective about something. Maybe you and someone aren't talking, or maybe it's just your family as a whole. And then we have desert. This is isolation. Loneliness may refer to a person who is hermit-like or an older man. So you could be having an issue maybe with your father or brother or someone like that, maybe even a grandpa. But I just feel like you've pulled your energy back away from someone, and in that process, you're seeing something in a different light. Maybe you're realizing how much you actually care about this person, how much you actually want them in your life. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving though. Okay, so we do have the Four of Pentacles here, the Strength card, the King of Cups. Yeah, there's something that, something definitely disappointing has happened here, but you're not able to really let it go, I feel. And Spirit's saying, what happened. It's time to, you're allowed to have your feelings. Your feelings are valid, but you don't need to, hold this against this person anymore. And with the Strength card, I feel like it's just time for you to move forward. Sometimes you move forward without someone in your life. Sometimes you just, agree to disagree or start to understand their perspective. And I just feel like Spirit's saying it's time to move forward in a situation. Yeah, there could have been some sort of painful ending, or just your feelings were really hurt with someone in your family, possibly a partner. Let's see. All right, let's start with violets. Okay, so that's unconditional love, family, forgiveness. Tell me more about violets for Cancer. Ooh. All right, we have the Lovers, the Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups here. Okay, the Emperor, and the Devil card. All right, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, an Aries, or a Capricorn here. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of realization you've had about, this could be a romantic partner or someone that's very close to you, or about your emotional fulfillment overall, like what you want in your family, what you want in a partnership. There's some sort of realization, some sort of clarity coming through. This could involve, with the Emperor, this could involve, again, your father, or just some sort of masculine energy. It feels like you're realizing what you want out of a partnership, out of family. With the Devil here, I feel like you're wanting to free yourself from limiting beliefs, from fears, from trauma bonding. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. So I just feel like you're no longer settling here. You're no longer accepting the bare minimum. And you're choosing to move on to bigger and better things. You're not like rushing towards a new like family or a new partnership, but you're allowing yourself to go towards better. And you may not know exactly what that means or where that is. So let's see. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like you'd rather be alone than to settle. You'd rather be on your own than to compromise, than to dilute yourself or little yourself to make others more comfortable. Yeah, it's like it's scary, but you want to go towards fulfillment. You want to go towards, happiness, people that celebrate you. And even though you may not know what that path looks like, you'd rather take a risk on that than stay stagnant with this. Tell me more about the Emperor, the Nine of Cups. All right, the Nine of Pentacles is showing up again. With the Fool card, yeah. You're going to be patient with this new beginning, but you're ready to move on. Okay, I feel like you want to go towards somebody that you can really trust, someone that is fulfilling for you, someone that supports you, someone you can trust. Someone you can trust, someone that is secure and stable. Okay, not necessarily someone that's going to like financially support you, but just feel supported and feel secure within that connection, within that family dynamic. Yeah, you're ready to move on from something here. Yeah, it's just like you want to walk away and explore your options. We have the Devil card. Tell me more about the Devil. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, the Sun card could be dealing with the Leo. I just see that you want to work on your happiness, work on shining and feeling good and healing. And you realize whatever this connection was, whether it was familial, friendship, romantic, you just don't see this happening with this person or this group of people. We have the Tower with the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Moon card. I just see that there was just a lot, like you couldn't trust these people or this person, you know, and you weren't meant to stay there. You were definitely bonding with just fear and things like that, and you're just ready to raise your vibration. I feel like this incense is not burning anymore. It's definitely not. Let's get the incense together. Hold on, y'all. All right, cool. Anywho. All right, so Siberian fir, that's lifelong friendships. I think it said loyalty, people you trust. So let me double check that. Let me make sure. Yeah, truth, lifelong friendships, resilience, longevity, someone you trust. All right. Tell me more about Siberian fir for Cancer. Okay. All right, we have the Star card, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I just feel like you want to branch out and meet new people, start new friendships. With the Knight of Wands here, I just feel like, you know, you want to have fun, but you also want to have people you can trust. And I feel like that was lacking here. You could meet new people, like out doing something you're passionate about. Then we have the Star card. I just feel like you're ready for, you know, loyalty. You're ready for equal give and take. You're a very generous person. You pour into anyone and anything that you love. So you want to get that back. Yeah, I just see you being done like carrying all this extra effort, right? And just moving forward so that way you're not disappointed anymore. You could be traveling or moving here. All right, tell me more about the Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. All right, we have the Eight of Swords with the Queen of Cups. So you could definitely be overthinking what that lifelong friendship, what that trust means to you. You could be unsure if you're ever able to like find those people that are loyal and, you know, kind to you and honor you and support you. I just feel like you feel really stuck and you want to meet the people that are your soul tribe, the people that are there for you. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I just feel like you're nervous about fostering new friendships because of what happened in the past, but you're meant for new groups of people. Okay, Spirit's acknowledging you've been through a lot, but you've also overcome a lot. You've learned from these situations, so there's no need to be worried about new beginnings because you've learned all you needed to know to have successful new beginnings. Tell me more about the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like you're ready to go out. You're ready to be your authentic self. You're ready to go towards things you love. And if that brings new people into your life, great. But I just feel like you're ready to explore. All right, tell me more about the Star. Yeah. See, you've learned a lot from the disappointments that you've experienced when it comes to relationships. You've gained a lot of wisdom. So know that you're going to go towards new kinds of partnerships and relationships because your standards have changed, your wisdom has changed, your discernment. So be grateful for what you went through here and don't carry it like it's a fear, but carry it like it's a lesson learned because that's what it is. All right, perspective here. So this is changing your perspective on something, needing to see something in a different way. It is essential. So let's see what that's about. Okay, we have the King of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, I like it. I like it. So this is involving like what you need in regards to your home, your family, your friendships. Be real about what it is that brings you that fulfillment. This is all about honoring your truth, right? We have the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords here with the Two of Pentacles. It's time for you to be selfish. It's time for you to set those boundaries and be honest about what it is that you want. And recognize it's not about converting other people to your beliefs on what fulfillment looks like in the home and in the emotional space, but it's about getting clear on what that is and no longer compromising. You know, some people, they won't see this the way you do, and you wouldn't ask them to compromise. So allow them to feel what they want to feel and do what they want to do while still honoring what it is that you want to do. Maybe you guys could just be friends, maybe just acquaintances, you know, depending on the level of alignment you have with others, that will decide if they're, you know, meant to be on your path or not. But it's not about trying to convince others or, you know, try to convince yourself to compromise or settle on what it is that you want in your fulfillment and happiness. You know what I mean? It's about recognizing that you can honor and own what's right for you without feeling like you need to compromise to have friendships or partnerships, but also allowing other people to walk away if what you want doesn't align with them either. All right, we have the Eight of Wands, Six of Swords here. So yeah, I just see once you get clear on what makes you happy, that's going to start working out for you. You could be traveling or moving here, but I just see you going from chaos, confusion, settling, and compromise to living more authentically and more happily, right? Because you're honoring your truth, going towards what feels right for you, leaving behind what isn't. I like that. I don't even feel the need to clarify it, so fierce. All right, so let's look at desert. So this could be a period of isolation or feeling like a hermit or dealing with an older man. So let's see. Tell me more about desert. All right, we have the Five of Wands, Six of Cups, Judgment, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so I feel like you are definitely wanting a new beginning, okay? You want to live life with more passion, more excitement, but there's a moment of just sitting with yourself in reflection that is required here, okay? Because I feel like Spirit is saying with the Five of Wands, Six of Cups, there was a lot of like arguing and tension in your past relationships, connections. And Spirit wants you to recognize that you don't have to carry this into this future with you. If you decide this is not what you want, then that's it, okay? And reflect reflect on how this experience helped form this perspective, this idea, right? Because if you didn't go through this, you wouldn't realize it's not what you wanted. You know what I mean? So instead of, you know, kind of isolating yourself and being fearful that if you do go out, if you do meet new friends, it's just going to end up in arguing and toxicity. Instead of making that assumption, recognize, I know what toxic connections look like. I have that discernment because of what I've been through before. I appreciate that wisdom that I've gained, and I'm going to use it to create better connections in the future. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I just see that you are going to have success in the future when it comes to long-term connections, but you can't let the fear of, you know, giving to the wrong people, being used, being lied to, keep you away from the people that you're meant to be around that will love and support you. All right, tell me more about Judgment, Ace of Wands. Yeah, Strength card, Five of Pentacles. Recognize that you have moved on from the abandonment, the neglect, the rejection, the poor treatment. You've learned from that. You've raised your vibration, so you don't have to fear that that's what's going to happen to you. Okay? All right, let's get some crystal messages for you, Cancer. These are some crystals that may benefit you during this time, during this situation. So let's see. Ooh, okay. All right, so we have Celestite, soothe your soul. So that's beautiful. So this is kind of Spirit's reminder to you that you are in control of how you react, how you respond, how you carry things. So as you're kind of healing from past connections that didn't really work for you, it's going to be normal to, kind of second guess people and move with hesitation. But during those times, it is necessary to have different tricks and tools that help ground you and help soothe you while you're, kind of recovering from what you went through and branching out into new horizons. Like maybe there's a mantra you'd like to say before you leave the house, imagining like a white light surrounding you, protecting your energy. Maybe you can carry some black tourmaline so that way you feel protected from negative energy. Whatever you got to do that. All right, and with selenite, clear the clutter. Yeah, I definitely see a big, like, kind of, I heard rebranding. Some of you guys could definitely work in marketing. But with selenite here, I just see that you're really kind of cutting the loose ends, like anyone that kind of makes you feel like you're getting dragged down, anyone that you don't trust, you're just not wasting your time and energy on that anymore. And then with hematite, ground yourself, kind of like what Celestite was talking about. Just do different rituals, different practices to help you feel supported and connected. Because this is a big change that you're going through. And it's not like you want to be isolated and alone forever. So as you're opening yourself up to that again, do different practices so that way you feel safe, And then appetite, get out of your comfort zone. Absolutely. So some of you, your comfort zone is isolation. Some of you, your comfort zone could be toxic groups of people. Either way, it's time to get out of that. Okay, because you're safe to get out of that. You've learned from the experiences you've gone through. So you can use this crystal to kind of help you open up, spread your wings, all that stuff. All right, let's close it out with a shadow card. We're just going to do one card out of this deck. And I feel like the thing that could keep you held back is just kind of being scared of people, being scared of people hurting you, using you, being toxic. And I don't want you to carry that fear with you. I want you to carry the lesson and the wisdom and what it taught you about yourself and others, and not be scared to open up to new people. So let's see what that's about. One card for Cancer. Well, I just want one card. Just one card, please and thank you. All right, this is a really cool card. Look at that, sadness. That's kind of dope as fuck. Some of you guys may be going to a water park or like swimming or something. Okay, so we have sadness. Some of you guys may have green eyes. This art is Mandala of Tears. I hold sadness as it is, and without attachment, I allow myself to feel the beauty of my tears. So some of you guys may be very sad about how certain relationships panned out, and that's okay. Even if that person was toxic and it's good for them to not be in your life anymore, you can still mourn what you thought it was going to be and mourn what happened to you and happened to that relationship. It says, tears and glimmering light, sadness flowing in beautiful display of wholeness. As tears trickle and pour, the eye sees more clearly. Eyes open to all that sadness unveils and the illuminated clarity that rises up. All is in order and on purpose. Sadness has somehow subtly been relabeled as badness. Oh no, wipe your tears, put on a smile, turn that frown upside down, cheer up, buttercup. Don't let others see you like this. What is wrong with them? What is wrong with me? I don't know why I feel like this. I should be happy. I have so much to be thankful for. I don't have it as bad as others. It will pass. It will be okay. Here's a tissue. Wipe it away. Don't show weakness. All of that is reason enough for tears to flow. It is not only unrealistic to set a standard for happiness to be the set point by which all emotions are compared. It can bypass our other emotions and be very harmful. Some experiences and situations are flat out sad. Our tears are our teachers. They cleanse the heart and can create a softening. Our sadness can show us where we are desiring support or where we are not feeling aligned. Each tear is a conduit of important information about what is true within us and our emotions. Notice where you've tried to be happy or make others happy, and if and how that has taken away from the wisdom within the sadness. Invite sadness to inform you when it comes up. I like that. Yeah. I feel like a really toxic, uncomfortable, sad situation with someone that really does matter a lot to you is teaching you a lot right now. Not only about what's in alignment for you, but how to honor these feelings and how to let your emotional self guide you in times whenever you're not ready to listen to your logic, you know? Allow those tears to flow. All right, so here's some contemplations. You may want to journal about this. What stories or feedback have I been told about sadness? When I see others feeling sad, what is my go to response? What can I learn from sadness as an important teacher? And a ritual you can do so you can come back and get this ritual or write it down if you'd like. Gather a bowl of water, salt for the salt in our tears, and a big flat surface, countertop, altar, plate, etc. Sprinkle salt in the water, stir with your fingers, thanking your tears for times they've been with you. Drip water from your fingers below your left eye in gratitude for all your tears of joy. Drip water from your fingers below your right eye in gratitude for all of the sadness that has come up in your life and how it has taught you. Then on a surface, drip water from your fingers as a release, honoring pieces of sadness you've experienced. Notice what you feel. Watch the form it takes, may it be a pattern or a misshapen pool. When complete, let it dry or wipe it away as a reminder that sadness is impermanent. I like that a lot. So, yeah, you may be going through a really hard time right now, not really sure who to trust or how to open up right now, but starting with just making space for those emotions, the uncomfortable ones, is a good start for you. And I think just kind of honoring and mourning what was, what could have been, is an important part of a release process that you're going through right now. So allow yourself the space and time to do that, okay? All right, Cancer. That's all I have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. If this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe. Share this video with a fellow Cancer. All of that helps the channel grow, and I'm so grateful for it. And if you want to check out other content, I have my social media link down below. I also have my website if you'd like to book a personal reading, a personal alchemy ceremony. That's where we turn your pain into power. You can also sign up for my newsletter there if you want more content or discounts, rituals, fun stuff like that. But that's all I have for you today, Cancer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.